Well, thank goodness, we almost have a decision on the Tush Push. Yet no matter what the outcome is, the NFL is only turning Philly into more of a nightmare. In this video, I'll share what that is, plus take a look at why the Eagles are even more locked in than last season. So let's talk about that, what the Birds think of Kevin Patullo's offense, and all the other NFL updates. But first, let's run it. What's up, guys? Alright, whether you're in favor or not of the Tush Push or brotherly shove, or maybe more realistically, just tired of talking about it, I've got good news for you because we should have a decision in less than 24 hours. That's because NFL owners are meeting to discuss the most unstoppable play and are expected to put a vote to it on Wednesday. Now, the latest update, if you hadn't been paying attention, is that this thing is likely getting banned. Heck, Roger Goodell is just about done or said as much as possible to silently squash the play.
How I really hate him.
Look, you're totally justified in feeling that way, but come on, were you really a fan of the commish even before this? Like, here's the thing, if you want to be frustrated at anyone, then be upset with Green Bay. Since I don't know if you caught it or got a chance to review their revised proposal on banning the Tush Push, but as ridiculous as it sounds, the Packers' reasoning for why the brotherly shove should be outlawed is due to player safety and, wait for it, pace of play.
Are you serious?
Oh, I know. It's absolutely absurd the longer that this thing just gets shoved along. Because for those keeping count, the NFL had a neutral third party review the play. And the conclusion they came to was that neither of the two have affected the game of football. No players injured by the NFL study and no evidence of the play slowing down the game, leading to the league naturally and completely denying the report and moving forward with their own agenda.
You can't triple stamp a double stamp, Lord. You can't triple stamp a double stamp.
By the way, in case you were curious when it comes to the science of the shoving, the Packers also updated their proposal with what a rule change would outlaw, and that being pushing or pulling a runner in any direction, using interlocking interference, pushing or throwing yourself against a teammate, and assisting a runner except by individually blocking opponents. Otherwise, if one of those things happens, it'll result in a 10-yard penalty. Which honestly, like I've said in the past, we might as well not even be playing football at this point. I mean, you realize if this proposal passes, then there's all kinds of plays that wouldn't be allowed anymore. For example, like Adrian Peterson's all-day run over the Cowboys, or this one of Marshawn Lynch just refusing to go down en route to a score. Also, same thing here in a more recent day of this Javonte Williams run. Bring that one back 25 yards. Christian McCaffrey wouldn't have been allowed to keep running on this one. And even guys like A.J. Brown won't get rewarded for continuing to fight for more yards like this play here. AKA, football as we know it is dying.
You quibbling them. You're quibbling them for life.
I'm just saying, it's a loss for everyone. Although technically, it's probably a loss for the Packers more than anyone else. After all, they certainly can't do the conventional sneak well, so for plays that they had like in the divisional round of the playoffs, that won't be allowed anymore. I mean, come on, this is a very slippery slope. Remember, that's the exact same thing Fox NFL rules analyst Dean Blandino said on an interview I had with him earlier this offseason. It's just unfortunately, there's not much that we can do, and I think we just have to come to terms with it. Although not to worry, because the Eagles players themselves are not losing any sleep over it.
I think it's only 1 yard, so.
What, they're ruling the push?
Yeah.
Well, I guess we just do it without the no push then. I think that's the solution.
I was wondering what would break first, your spirit or your body?
I'm not a Mr. Analytics guy or stats keeper. You might have to look that up, what this conversion rate is. But listen, guys, as in terms of them banning the Tush Push, I hate that name, so I hope they do ban it. It's a stupid name. But I can't control that. We can't control it, so we don't even worry about that. Right now, we're just installing our schemes. Whatever KP is installing that day, that's what we're focused on. Because worrying about if they're going to ban the Tush Push or not ain't going to win us another championship. Right, what we do every day here matters.
Look, we all know this, but we got a bunch of dogs on this team, so it really doesn't matter however this thing goes. And speaking of the Philly Dogs, this is your chance to win an opportunity to join me and Thomas at the NovaCare Complex to tour the facility, hang out with the guys like Nolan Smith, Nakobe Dean, Jordan Davis, and Jalen Carter. All I need you to do is, you know the drill already. Drop a like on this video, let me know any thoughts in the comments, because we're going to be spinning for a couple lucky subscribers to win that giveaway in an upcoming live stream, so stay tuned. Also, and as always, you do need to make sure to subscribe to both channels as well, so I've got a link for Thomas's channel down in the description. You know, I will say that I agree with Dr. Dutch, who echoed what a lot of Philly fans are saying, that the NFL is about to make Eagles fans invincible if they ban it. I mean, here you have grown men who signed up to play a violent sport whining and complaining just because one team is able to run a play so much better than someone else. The hilarious part, though, is that shout out to Jeff Kerr, but the Birds have always been good at short yardage situations. Seriously, fact check for you, even before they implemented the brotherly shove, they were converting at the best percentage in the entire league, with their final year before making the switch in 2021 being at 92.9%. Again, I'm sorry, but if made-up player safety is the main concern, then it won't be long before we're playing flag football.
How did things ever get so far? I don't know.
Well, this is how those things start, but in lighter news and in the spirit of player safety, the NFL will allow players to play in the Olympics now. This coming after the announcement that NFL owners passed the vote by a total of 32-0. Meaning, yeah, there's probably some financial compensation, and also the rest of the world doesn't stand a chance. The real question is, and I'm kind of curious on this one, if you could pick one NFL team and the players from one NFL team, but to choose your dream team scenario for a flag football squad, which guys are you taking? Now, for the record, if you were thinking about taking A.J. Brown, you can cross him off your list.
Well, I heard the Olympics is during camp. Yeah, so no. Yeah, so that would be tough. That would be tough, but hopefully that goes through, and I think that would be fun just to compete, you know. And me personally, no, but because of camp, and you know, you guys will be complaining about A.J. Brown is not at camp, and so will the fans be, you know. So I'm gonna keep the main thing, as Jay said.
You know, I can appreciate that. I mean, personally, I'm fine either way. If the guys want to play in it, I'd be perfectly fine with that. I understand for training camp, but I think it also goes to show that these guys are locked into a completely whole other level. And the crazy part is they've barely gotten in a few workouts from minicamp and occasional workouts of off-season programs starting up. Although hearing from Jordan Mailata and others, you can just tell how much different this culture is.
I love our rookies. This is a great rookie class. Like, especially in our alignment, they work hard. And I told Miles, I told Cameron, and I told Drew, I said, I don't care if you come for my job. Like, if you're better than me, you're going to be better than me. But I'm going to make it damn hard for you to reach that. But I'm going to bring you along. I'm not going to kick you down. I said, that's not how it runs here. It's not how we do it. I bring you along because you're going to make me better. And boy, that boy is pushing me.
Which one?
Both. All three of them. Drew doesn't even play tackle. I watch him run drills. I'm just like, damn, he's good. Damn, he's good.
Why are you willing to have that? We've heard about quarterbacks who won't do that for backups. Why are you willing to do that?
It's the culture that I was welcomed into. You know, why would I shut the door? Yeah, when I came here, JP, Lane Johnson, Jason Kelsey, Big V, Isaac Selmalo, Wisniewski, Stefan Wisniewski, man, go down the list, Chance Womack. Those guys just welcomed me in, and they brought me along. So I feel like I owe it to these rookies to bring them along. And I just told them straight up, if you're better than me, I'll vouch for you. But I'm going to make it damn hard. Like, it ain't easy, but good luck.
It's the journey. It's the journey that matters the most, and it means the most, because those are the moments that you look back on with your teammates and you spending that time and you going to war, you know, you're suffering together and you're winning together. And that's the beautiful moments in it, you know. I mean, the trophy, we can't take the trophy home, you know, but it's cool that that's forever in the history books, but we're going to remember the moments more than the ring.
Look, maybe it's overplayed or said too often, but it's just undeniable about why this team has success. And it's no wonder that owner Jeffrey Lurie awarded Nick Sirianni a contract extension, because clearly it's the intangibles and things he does behind the scenes that warrant more credit than he's gotten. So, not gonna lie, it was really cool to see the fellas giving him his flowers.
Now I just want to give him his flowers. I mean, he's done a phenomenal job. Phenomenal job building the culture of this locker room. And it's no surprise that he got a, multi-year contract? Does anybody know what it was worth?
Not yet.
Just want to know. I'll just ask him, but
Multi-millions.
But, you know, I'm not surprised. All the scrutiny that he's gotten, and to be able to come back every year and preach the message, but also correct his mistakes and show accountability. He's always me first, then you. And when you have a coach who allows even the players, it's not coaching-led. He says too, it's not coaching-led, it's player-led. He gives us our space to be able to create that culture as well. And we feed off that. We bounce off each other. And so he means incredibly a lot to me, but also this team, this franchise.
Congratulations to him. Everything that he's been able to achieve and accomplish, he's earned. And just to see his evolution and his growth from my perspective and playing quarterback for him, his whole entire tenure here, it's been a great experience, been a great ride. It's been a lot of learning for the both of us, and hopefully we're just getting started.
Gotta love it. Good vibes all around, but in Sirianni fashion, he deflected and shared some praise for some other guys. And also provided an update on new offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo, saying he's impressed with how hungry KP is with the opportunity of being the OC. While also admitting some things will be the same, yet Patullo is adding some new elements to keep teams guessing this upcoming season, which is great. However, the best takeaway from Sirianni to me was probably him revealing the differences and takeaways he's learned after this Super Bowl compared to after 57. Saying teams trying too hard to repeat make two mistakes. One, they look at the past, at how do we repeat success, and two, they look too far into the future, when in reality, it's just about the daily grind.
Someone put it this way. I've talked to a lot of coaches this offseason trying to get better at my craft, and somebody put it this way: you don't win a pickup basketball game and say, all right, I'm satisfied, I'm going home. Right? You say, hey, how do we run it back? And we're not even thinking about running. We're thinking about where we are today and trying to get better. But you strap up and you play again. And I think there's always pressure in this profession. And and looking forward to the next year and building this team. Everything else is in the past. Everything else that goes in. I think that when teams are trying so hard to repeat or trying so hard to recapture, there's two mistakes that they make, right? They either are looking at their past accomplishments or they're looking too far into the future of how do you do that again. And it's really about the daily grind that you go through day in and day out. And there's a mental toughness to being able to do that and go through that every single day.
I'm telling you, this is a Sirianni that obviously shown a ton of growth, but also I think you take a look at it and say he's got the wisdom and understanding that he did not have a couple years ago. And also, in case you were curious which coaches Sirianni has spoken to this offseason, Zach Berman shared that so far it's been Nick Saban, Gino Auriemma, Don Staley, Frank Reich, and Larry Karras. Again, I know it's a long road and we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but just the drive and willingness to continue to get better is definitely what sets this squad apart. Plus, we kind of already knew this, but I think it speaks volumes that this Eagles team, unlike last year at this time, clearly has an identity that everyone understands and gets behind.
Decode, detect, and then correct, and you refine the things that you need to refine. I think the bigger picture, the more important thing is being able to detect what I can improve on and how important it is to improve in that. We can all work hard in something, but not necessarily be working hard on the right things. And so we were able to evolve and add a different dynamic. Obviously, we're having 2-6 back there and what he's able to do and just kind of complimenting him in the backfield. And then, the ability to pass the ball and be efficient in that when we need to do that. And so right now it's just laying the foundation, trying to figure out what iteration of this team, what this iteration of the team will be.
I don't know. You tell me if I'm blowing this thing out of proportion. Although I will say Saquon is the best running back in football, and let's be real, it wasn't until the team embraced that identity last season that we really turned a corner. Now sure, there's still some hiccups and adversity that'll no doubt hit at some point, but I'm a whole lot more confident going into this season than I was last season. Maybe that's a given coming off of a Super Bowl win, but still. Anyway, you guys make sure to comment your thoughts below, hit the like button, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll catch you on the next one. This has been the Philly Special.